Now before the video starts, I just want to remind you about the situation that one of our players, Andre, is currently in. On the 21st of May, an accident occurred and Andre, a beloved player for Gospel Oak, suffered a terrible head injury which has left him hospitalised. Andre's family had insurance to cover the costs of the hospital treatment, however the insurance doesn't cover the cost of bringing him back to the UK in the way his medical condition needs. Andre's family have set up a GoFundMe to raise money to bring Andre back to the UK and are still raising money to do so. Please donate if you can. Any contribution helps. I've put the link to the GoFundMe page in the description below, so you can find it there. Andre, mate, we're still all thinking about you and sending our prayers and wishes to you and your family. Welcome back to the channel. Now, last week weren't so great. We went up against Enfield United in the league and came away with 0 points in a 2-1 loss. A local draft put us 1-0 up in the first half, but in the second half Enfield United came back with 2 goals and it was pretty gutting to say the least. If you want to go and watch that video, it's linked above, right now. Now, was it a disappointment that our title aspirations were in the bin? Yeah, of course. We're still in the Divisional Cup though, and we have many more league games to prove our worth in. Now, because I'm quite behind on the editing, I'm going to show the highlights of the game we had the week after the Enfield United match. It was a league match against AC Finchley, a team we didn't really know too much about, and it was pretty successful. Now, it was a cold, wet, boggy morning in North London, and you can tell that this was the case through Kane's Eskimo attire. On this cold, horrible morning, to put it James bluntly, we also had 3 debutants. We had Redon, Paddy and Fabio. Paddy put us 1-0 up in the first half with a very bubbly effort, but hey, they all count. He then gave us our second in the second half. Happy days. After Paddy put us 2-0 up, Redon thought, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to score a screamer. And he does here. Now look at Redon here. It's cold as ice on a cold, boggy day in North London. I gave away a penalty soon after that third goal. I know, shock horror. But I was in luck. Chrissy McDonald had a good day at the office, didn't he? Now, Redon actually did end up scoring a 4th, but the camera decided to clot itself, like the camera so loves to do. Now, that was not a bad first outing for the 3 debutants, Redon, Fabio and Paddy. And our reaction to the result, I'll put in the words of Chris.
Hey, great day at the office.
Now, the week after this AC Finchley game, we went up against London Wednesday, a team we lost 4-1 to earlier in the season. Although that was a difficult result to take at the time, Monzi scored a screamer in that game. So if you want to check it out, I'll link it above now. Also, gives you a bit more context in regards to this game. London Wednesday are a very good team and top of the table, and I believe if they won this game away from home at our ground, they pretty much confirmed the title. Now, we could not let that happen. This is how the table looked before the game after the AC Finchley match. So, yeah, squeaky bum time. This is how we lined up before the game, but before we get into that, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, tell your nan's best friend's niece that we make videos and that person should watch them. Anyway, enough of boring you as usual. Let's get straight to the action. Calabanga.
Come on, boys, one thing. Don't underestimate this team. They can play. They know what they're doing. Let's go, boys. Come on. Let's go, boys.
No pressure. Still have that willingness to win. If they get a bit nervous, sense blood, smell the blood, because we knew. Remember when we were here playing against Camden, how at times it, like we were forcing it. They are going to get frustrated today. Absolutely smell that blood, and absolutely remember, you are not the ones in the same boat as them.
Let's want to win this game. Let's want to win this game just for the sake of wanting to win. Let's just want to win this game because we want to win. Yeah. No one comes here to lose or to draw. We want to win this game. That's always the mentality. Whether cup game, we ain't going to win the league, who cares? We want to win. We're winners. Man. So we got there. We play our football.
Don't just battle for yourself, battle for everyone around us.
Exactly. We'd rather fight for your team.
Yeah. But when people go to check if they've won the league, they're going to see our fucking name there. So make sure that we do it.
Let's just win. Let's just win. Come on, full stop.
Come on.
Come on.
Can't have that. They're not winning no league on us.
Yeah, man. Got the GoPro red. Come on.
Ooh, fancy little gadget that.
I'm putting it
It's
behind
full
the goal. Yeah.
Oh shit. You said man's back.
GoPro.
Lukaku's back. Lukaku's back.
Go on, out it goes.
Gospel get the game underway. To start off the game, London Wednesday striker plays it out wide to their winger. And how's this for a pass? Early in the first half, London Wednesday were attacking, and early on, bodies were flying. I tell you what, look how much airtime Bren can get on a header. It's mad. Anyway, it falls to the London Wednesday number 2. He plays it back to the keeper, and it's a little bit of a nervy moment.
Well played, G. That's our ball.
Now London Wednesday throw it into the mixer here, and it eventually finds their winger. Their winger touches it down, pulls off an unreal flick here, and the ref gives a penalty. We weren't sure at the time. Let us know what you think. Is it a penalty or is it not? The London Wednesday player from the spot. El Giraffa with the ball in the gospel half. He looks for options and plays it over the top. He eventually finds Paddy. Paddy with the ball out wide on the left. Can he beat number 2? Number 2 jockeying him. Paddy looking for a way past him. He goes past him. He's in the London Wednesday box and shoots. It's a good save. Now, it's a Sunday morning against the top of the table. Who doesn't like a tackle? Now, after that great tackle from Davos, he eventually won a free kick in the gospel half and he plays it long. He finds Paddy, who gets a great flick on the ball, and eventually finds Fabio. Fabio takes it inside, shoots, and hits the bar. Now soon after that chance, Fabio tries his luck again. Now that was a good little patch for Gospel, and it came through 2 of the new boys, Paddy and Fabio, so it was really encouraging to see. But London Wednesday were coming forward here, and the midfielder for London Wednesday here basically bodies his way through the Gospel midfield. He does really well though and finds the London Wednesday winger, who beats Felix out of shot. He crosses it in, and Gospel get away with one. Soon after that chance, Chris pulls off a big save. After that Chris save, the London Wednesday fullback throws it in. He receives it back soon after and plays it forward to their striker. The striker plays it inside, and London Wednesday are knocking the ball about really well. But the Gospel defenders are there. Now, before every game, Geordie says one thing to Reece. Don't dive in. Now, soon after that Reece tackle, the ball finds its way to the London Wednesday number 10. He looks to take on Ness and Bren, but they stand firm. London Wednesday, from the resultant corner.
Let's go!
Now, not gonna lie, that was gutting. And London Wednesday come forward here again. Number 10 crosses it. It finds their striker. The striker shoots, and it's unlucky. Now, soon after that chance, the London Wednesday fullback throws it in. It eventually finds Reece though. Reece takes a touch and plays it inside to Felix. Felix plays it first time to Paddy. Paddy takes a touch and plays it through to Fabio. Fabio looks up, crosses it, and it's a penalty.
Come on! Come on!
Have at least one foot on the line when the ball is struck. Tom, take again. Come on!
We know as well, we got to up it still. We've got to play better football, boys. I know we've kind of got to bypass the midfield today with this ground, but we can still play football. Try and take that touch, try it. Back line, we don't want nothing. Just get up, you're not playing brilliantly. Midfield, just get up, we'll chase. Just keep playing our football, boys.
Boys, they're going to come out firing. Be fucking ready for that. Know that they're going to come out fucking ready.
When our wingers have the ball, the striker needs to roll off when we have the ball, either side. So if it's you on the right, go in behind. That's what Gerson's looking for every time. And same on the left.
Listen boys, I thought we played well in patches in this first half. But really what's happening is the ball's not sticking up front. And that's really the issue for me. keep trying to move it through up front and looking for that long ball, but no one's coming in central when someone picks it up. Paddy's been on the ball a lot of times, he's beating a player and still there's nobody in the box. Boys, we have to overload the box, have to. Because the defenders are doing the job for us, but we're not doing enough in the middle and up front. That's really what it is. The final pass has been lacking, so we've got to up that.
Lads, one last thing. This is going to come down to like an organisation standpoint. You got to make sure. You know, we're doing some things very well, like, you know, talking to each other on the ball, but off the ball, we've got to be making those runs. That's where it's happened. The wing at Fab, you came on, did a fantastic job of it. Running off the ball, making sure we get in behind. On this pitch, anything could happen. Expect us to get the ball to you. Expect it to come every time. Make the run and it will happen. On the corner, that's how they got their goal, you know? Like, again, organised. Someone on the post, I think Brody pointed it out. Someone on the post.
Yeah, Max wasn't there.
And then the last thing would be, it's going to come down to you can't switch off for a moment. Like even when we got the free kick, you know, little things. This is what's going to come down to. You know, we had Ness and Bren at the back, and we've got a chance to put the ball in the box. If we're going to put it in the box, make sure we put those two in there, right? Organised. Make sure. Be the one to talk. Do it before. No point doing it off.
Put it in and gamble, boys. We can win it today. It's definitely
I want it. You win this game. Absolutely.
London Wednesday get the second half underway.
They never open, man.
Now, early in the second half, the ball's thrown in by Gospel and Felix gets a great touch on the ball. Eventually finds Paddy, but the London Wednesday player gets a foot on it. Eventually finds Fabio and Fabio!
Fabio! Yes! Give it to the Italians! Alright, give it to the Italians!
Give it to the Italians!
Alright, Fabio, that was cold! Fabio, brilliant! Brilliant, bro!
Now that was an unreal start to the second half, and we showed more desire already in the second half, and I feel like it's summed up with this tackle here. Now the only thing was, in the second half, annoyingly, the local sniper was back. Now London Wednesday obviously wanted to get back into the game as quick as possible, and they play a great ball over the top here to their winger. Their winger looks to lob Chris, but Ness is there. London Wednesday will come forward again here. Number 11 plays it out wide to number 10. Number 10 takes it forward, looks up, crosses it back, eventually finds their striker, he shoots, and Chris saves. London Wednesday were really applying the pressure now as the ball falls out to their number 8. Their number 8 dinks it over the top to their winger. Their winger takes it down, looks to take on Max, does, shoots, and gets unlucky. Chris, with the goal kick, looks to play it long. He kicks it, and he kind of messes up the kick, but it eventually finds its way to Max. Max plays it through and plays an excellent ball to Paddy. Paddy rounds the keeper. What can he do with it? He looks to cross it. He crosses it, and it's cleared off the line. But did it cross it? Regardless if the ball crossed the line there or not, Gospel came forward again, and Nathan plays a great ball out wide to Fabio. Fabio looks up, takes a touch, looks to beat his man, does brilliantly, wins the ball again. He finds Nathan, falls back to Fabio. Fabio fighting for it, full summons, Fabio! And it's eventually cleared. Now soon after that chance, London Wednesday came forward again, and their number 11, their winger, was causing us all sorts of problems. He shoots, and it's deflected. Eventually falls back to their striker. The striker shoots. Eventually falls back out to their striker. Their striker takes a touch and wins a free kick. London Wednesday from the free kick. Now after that unreal save from Chris, London Wednesday look to switch it. They find their number 11 who plays inside to their number 6. Their number 6 can't touch it down, and Paddy feeds off the scraps. Paddy kicks it over the London Wednesday defender. Does a turn, beats him again, takes it forward into the London Wednesday box, cuts in. Can he shoot?
Oh my god!
The Italian dream! Yes!
That's like watching me. I'm planning.
Now, I drank a lot the other night at the Gospel Social, and I was still standing. Jed just kept on shouting this at me.
Oh, that is composure! That is composure! Look here, ref, it's here! Ref, it's here! It's here, where's it going?
Now, after that unreal Paddy goal, London Wednesday was still most definitely a threat. Their winger tries to dink it over here, but it falls to Ness. But then, back to the winger. Their winger takes it down, plays it through to their number 10. Their number 10's through on goal. He shoots! Now, soon after that goal for London Wednesday won a free kick just outside the Gospel box. They look to put it in, and it's a great save by Chris.
Yes!
We were still trying to come forward ourselves though, as Brem throws the ball into Paddy. Paddy takes the touch and finds Nathan. Nathan takes the touch, and the ball eventually finds its way to Brody. Brody takes a few touches, shoots! Now that was good effort from Brody, as Nathan plays the ball out wide to Paddy. Paddy cuts inside, assesses his options, and finds Brody. Brody looks up, takes the touch, and finds Fabio. Fabio looks to beat the London Wednesday fullback, takes the touch, shoots! It's a good save by the London Wednesday keeper. It falls back out, and Felix gets his head on it. He finds Paddy. Paddy takes the touch, and it's a penalty.
Paddy takes it. Paddy takes it.
You shed some ribs, bro.
Paddy's first touch is the best.
You look stressed.
Fam, no, basically, I said to chat, if someone comes on and scores, we get ribs. Now, soon after that penalty miss, London Wednesday come forward, and their winger here wins a corner. Now, London Wednesday from the corner, whip it in. It's lofted high in the air. They get their head on it. It's a scramble. They shoot.
Hey boys, heads up! Heads up! Heads up, boys!
Now, as I usually say, to put it James bluntly, that was unbelievably gutting. But Gospel was still fighting. Seen through the tackles here.
Keep going.
Now surely London Wednesday won't go on and win this match. Their winger turns out and finds number 10. Number 10 driving through on goal. Cuts in. Shoots. It's a great save by Chris. The London Wednesday winger on the ball again. He's looking to cause trouble again, but Brody's there to make the tackle. Brody takes a touch, looks up and pings an unreal ball through to Nathan. Nathan, he's through on goal. Is he being pulled back? He shoots, but it's no cigar. Now the boys have really put everything into this game. Look at the way Felix drops here. London Wednesday with a corner in the dying seconds of the game. Surely not.
Hey boys, get out! Out, boys!
And with these last few kicks of the game, that pretty much marked the end of the game. A massive shout out to London Wednesday, a solid bunch of lads with some really, really class players. For those interested, here's how the table looked now. Now, I'm not going to lie, that was probably one of the funnest games I've ever edited. It really, really had everything. Every second, there was a moment. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Tell your aunts, godfathers, cousin to watch our videos and share them about. But enough of boring you. I'll show you how the lads reacted to the game in the next few clips. Jesus, I'm still feeling the emotions now. It's a few months later. Anyway, take it easy.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I thought we played well. Listen, I thought we put in a good shift today, boys. We were a bit unlucky. We gave away a few cheap goals. We didn't get penalties that went our way. But in all, boys, I thought we put in the design effort I wanted to see was seen throughout this game. I know we got a lot of injuries too. A lot of things were happening, but we didn't give up. And that's what happens, boys. Sometimes, boys, in football, we don't always get what we want. But at least I saw from our team that we didn't give up. And that's the most important thing, boys. You know, we were unlucky in certain stages and probably deserved the win in my opinion.
That second half was brilliant, boys, man. All of you should hold your heads high after that second half. Honestly, from the defence to the attack, Chris, brilliant saves. Reece that last minute.
Yeah, Reece off the line, man.
You kept your heads as well.
Yeah.
Even late in games, you tried to keep the ball and keep things happening because that's what we can do. When we've got players that come in, boys that come off the bench, all supporting each other. Boys, we can keep pushing for 90 minutes. It's brilliant.
Listen, boys, we also have to remember we're still in the cup. Next week we've got the cup, we go again. We have
We've got the quarter-final.
We're smashing them.
We can still get a trophy this year.
Shit.